This amazing artwork is displayed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on Holton Street. These particular pictures are on Holton and North Avenue. Here's an homage to Mr. George Floyd. And this picture is found at the corner of Locust and Holton, and it is paying tribute to Miss Breonna Taylor. So one of my sorority sisters asked me to do a video, and there are quite a few things going on in Milwaukee at this point. One thing, our Common Council yesterday voted to hold off on approving our new mayor's appointees. And I think this is really an opportunity for the people in Milwaukee, all the protests and everybody coming together to really ask for an agenda that does indicate that Black lives do matter. Unfortunately, in Milwaukee, we are typically number one on the list for a lot of things that aren't good. Milwaukee for years has been known to be the most segregated city. Milwaukee has also been, for the past couple of years, identified as being one of the worst places to raise children. And so having said that, this is an opportunity for the protests to be directly connected to some demands that can improve the quality of life for people in Milwaukee. And so there are a number of appointees and positions, and I plan on finding out exactly what all those people do, but I don't think it would be a terrible thing for people to ask exactly what part of your job will be dedicated to making sure that some of these things that are happening in the city of Milwaukee, where I was born and raised, actually has a different feel to it. I'm watching all over across the country. People are demanding things, and they're getting some of the things that they're asking for. And so having said that, let's figure out what are the things that we can get some changes to make a difference in the city of Milwaukee. Peace out. So these 7 appointed positions are currently on hold. The first one is the City of Milwaukee engineer, and the engineer is responsible for the design, construction, operation, and maintenance of all streets, alleys, bridges, public way lighting, traffic control signs and signals, sewers, and underground conduit systems. So in certain areas of the city, the lighting is poor, the streets are bad. This is your person. Next on the docket is the Commissioner of the Department of Public Works. This person is responsible ultimately for physical services provided by the city, such as street and alley maintenance, waste collection, disposal and recycling, sewer, water and flood control projects, assessments, public buildings, land and waterways. Lots of things that in the Black community probably need to be fixed, so this would be your person. Then we have the Superintendent of Milwaukee Water Works. This person oversees the largest public utility operation in the state of Wisconsin. And I don't know what the person may have to do with the whole situation with the pipes and the lead and all that good stuff, but maybe this is your person. The next position is the City Purchasing Director, and this person is responsible for acquiring commodities, also known as things, and services for city departments in the most cost-effective, efficient, and impartial manner within the appropriate guidelines. So then questions about how many Black vendors may be a part of that process would certainly be up for conversation. Next, you have the Director of the Department of Employee Relations. So this person would really be dealing a lot with benefits, insurance, grievances. And so to look at the equity and how Black employees are treated, this would be that person's responsibility. The Executive Director of the city's Election Commission. April 2020 elections. Need I say more? And finally, you have the block grant director. And this is the person that really is over reviewing proposals for initiatives, projects, and things that will help better the city of Milwaukee. And so really taking a look at how are we using those funds to uplift and support, make a difference in the black community. Now that you understand what each of those positions is responsible for, you might understand why the Common Council voted unanimously to put a hold on approving those appointees. It's time to ask, what is the city's agenda to ensure Black Lives Matter in Milwaukee? Okay, one more thing. So I always talk about my sphere of influence. Now, we all know that I don't have a big sphere of influence. I run my mouth and that's about it. But again, for those people that have influence with others in terms of if it is the marches, if you have that particular sphere of influence, you have the ear of the people, or if you are a lawmaker or a decision maker, this is the time to make sure that everybody knows those things that you've been fighting for all these years, because this is the opportunity. If this passes, then it's basically back to business as usual. And again, I just don't want Milwaukee to be left behind. So we have to think about that. What is within our control? What is within our sphere of influence? Who can we influence? And then also, what are the things that are outside of our control, but this is the moment? So we have to think about that. What do we want those new appointees to do? What do we want the mayor to do to make this city the city that it can be? The city that I was born and grew up in. It was an amazing place. Okay, now that's all I got. For real. Done. Out.